Hey everyone, Matt Samolsky here, Matt the Car Guy. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching my video. And today I have a special treat for me and for you, I believe, because this is two firsts. First, this is the first Jaguar that I'm about, an electric vehicle. And that's the second first, the first electric vehicle that I'm about to review on my channel. Now, I have a little experience with electric vehicles. As a matter of fact, I've only driven 4 of them. I've driven a Nissan Leaf, I've driven a Tesla, I've driven a Mercedes-Benz B-Class, and now I've driven this I-Pace. And I gotta tell you, now it's been a while since I've driven the other ones, but this is awesome. Well, you're about to find out and experience that with me, because we're going to take a look at the exterior of this vehicle, we're going to take a look at the interior, and then we're going to take it for a spin. How about that? If you're ready, then let's go. So let's start with the front of this vehicle. Now, if you first look at this, it doesn't look anything different than the regular vehicle. It doesn't say big electric anywhere on the front of it. I mean, it does have this nice big grille as well as a little one underneath it right here. It has beautiful LED lights. It has some actual air intakes that will cool off the tires and the wheels, because that actually can stick your hand in it and feel it. They go all the way through, and it does have this intake type of design. I'm not sure what that is, but I believe it's to cool the electric engine even more. So we're going to take a look at it and see what's underneath here. So let's just do that right now. Let's get this engine thing out of the way. All right, you ready? Okay, so let's take a look at this engine. Now, it is an electric engine producing about 394 horsepower, and it's got a range of about 250 miles. So, I mean, that does have a great range, and it's about 210. The last time I got in this car, that's the current range. So I can take it for a quick spin and still have plenty of charge left. But let's take a look at what's inside here. There's no engine. Now, how's this thing drive? Actually, there's a trunk, the front trunk in here. The engine is actually covered underneath all this plastic in here. I mean, show you this really quick, because there's nothing really here to see, and we can't get to the engine. So, all right, so take a look at this. This is an extra storage space that you have. It's not big, but you might fit a grocery bag or something, or maybe a couple cold drinks, and there's nothing else in it. Now, the engine, all of that is nicely covered, and it's all underneath this plastic cladding that we have over here. This vehicle belongs to Jaguar of Schaumburg. Thank you guys for letting me film it, review it, take it for a quick spin, and talk about it on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. But let's take a look at the back, because the back is a little bit different than everything else. You know, you have this nice sloped back rear gate, big visible lights in here. Now you have the I-Pace Jaguar, you know, the big jumping cat, the Jaguar logo on it, and this one, it says it's an EV400. That's basically the only word on the outside of the car that you're gonna see that it is an electric vehicle. Now all the other amenities, kind of like the regular car, you have the parking sensors, you have the rear camera right here, you do have the kind of nice design elements here, and with this air diffuser, which actually fits this vehicle perfectly because it's got one at the bottom for better aerodynamics, as well as one on the top that there's a spoiler that the air goes like through underneath it, so that's for better aerodynamics of this vehicle as well. Let's open it up and let's see what's inside of this gate. So the gate can be accessed with the key, and here you go, it opens up, and we have some goodies in here, but I'm going to show you really quick of what's in here. So now you have this home charging kit, and you can really plug it in any of the outlets, any of the 110 outlets, and it will charge your vehicle, and will also, you know, prevent it from like overheating. So it's got this fault protection right here. So now you have a couple other things in here, and this is pretty cool because this goes on your windshield. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a close-up on it. Oh, by the way, the seats fall down on this thing too, so we're going to do it, and I'm going to give you a close-up of how much room there is in here. And like I said, there's a bunch of goodies in here. One of them is this charger, home charger that I showed you, and here it is. You can plug it in as long as it's grounded. You can plug it in at any of your home outlets, and you have some cargo. Oh, this is all season floor mats for the Jaguar. Now I folded the seats down, and you can actually remove this cover right here so it's not in the way, but you can kind of have an idea of how much room you have. So it's not a cargo vehicle, but there's plenty of room for your Costco run, or if you want to load up something longer in this car. So there's plenty of room in here. Now what else is here? There's also a little storage compartment right underneath here. Not huge, not big, but you know, if you want to hide something in here, you certainly can, like a purse maybe, or camera gear or anything like this, so people don't see it. 12-volt power outlet right on the side of this wall. This and Jaguar. All right, so let's take a look and see how much room there is in the back seat, and then we're gonna see where the magic happens. Okay, so that's interesting. Kind of have to lean through to get in here, but I have the seat, the front seat, adjusted to the normal seating position as I normally drive. I am 6 feet tall, so this kind of gives you for reference of how much room there is in the back here. So the one thing that I wasn't too crazy about it, and you can see that if I'm sitting here I got plenty of headroom, but in order to get in here you kind of have to duck and bend your head a little bit to get in. Plenty of room, you know, as far as seating. The seats are nice, they're fairly comfortable. It has a nicely appointed interior in the back. I'm going to show you a couple of things in here just in a moment when you get in here with me. But what else is here? Just a little net for your cell phone or anything you want to throw into the back seat. Visibility wise, it's got this huge nice panoramic sunroof. It's fixed, but I mean, it gets the light in, but it's kind of the dimmed light, so it's not like a clear glass. And I'm going to show it to you so you know what I'm talking about. Right, so let's go and sit in the back of this vehicle with me. Now before I do that, there's a couple things that I want to point out to. Now it does have this Meridian stereo, which is the higher end stereo that Land Rover Jaguar is using. It does have this nice wood trim. I'm not sure if you can see that it's actually wood, but what else is inside of here? Nicely appointed leather seats, and right in here you have, let's sit in here, okay, but right in here you have your heated seats, you have your charging for your USB, you have your regular power outlet for, you know, regular charger 12-volt, and another USB outlet. So nicely appointed seats. But what I want to show you is, I'm not sure if this is gonna look how it's gonna look, but let's take a look at this panoramic sunroof. So the sunroof starts off at the very front and it continues. See, now it's nice and dim, so it does not let all this light in, but it's like kind of having that polarized sunglasses on. So it does give you enough light to make the cabin brighter, but it doesn't blind you, if you know what I mean. One more thing before we get out from the back seat is go back in here, and here's the thing I was reviewing on one of the Mercedeses, and this is basically a warning if there is somebody walking through or riding their bike. You know, when you try to get out of this car, this light will go on. It's kind of like the blind assist in the mirrors that you have, where it senses something or someone that's walking through, and it gives you that alert right here. So this is a pretty cool feature. Well, now since we're done with everything in the back and the outside, let's see where the magic happens. Let's get into the driver's seat. Okay, so I wouldn't be doing it right if I didn't show you or I didn't tell you how the doors work. So first of all, in order to open and close doors, I mean, you can do it through the remote, or if you have a proximity key in your pocket, you can just walk up to the car and press this button. That's going to actually unfold the mirror and also open up the door handle. So just pull the door handle and let's see how it sounds. That sounds a little bit lighter than most of the other vehicles, maybe because this is not metal. I think this is, I think it is, but it still sounds pretty good. So let's see what's inside of this vehicle. Yeah, so before getting in, like inside of this vehicle, let's check out the door panel. Now you do have this Meridian stereo. You have your 3 memory seats that you can program in here. Lock, unlock, your window controls, your mirror controls, and the child safety lock right here. So this is pretty standard. You do have a tiny little cup holder. I mean, my pocket with cup holder kind of in here, but that's substantial or for what it is. So let's take a look and see what else is here. Now, you can see that at the bottom here, you can pop the front trunk, the rear trunk. I mean, there's a opening for the front and rear trunk, and as well as there is the dimmer and the electronic parking light. So first of all, when you get in here, you can see this nice jumping cat right here, so you know you're in the Jaguar. And there's a couple controls in here that light up, probably just like on any other ones when you turn on the car. So let's do that and let's see how that looks. Okay, so first of all, when you get in the car, it will tell you right away what the range is and what the battery charge is. So right now we do have 95% of battery charge, and we can go up to 214 miles, which is pretty cool. There's no guessing of, hey, is my battery charged enough, or if I'm gonna have enough juice to get to work or anywhere else. So this is the display. Now, like I said, everything lights up when you turn on the car. So let's turn this vehicle on, and here it is. This is your instrument cluster with vehicle on. Very nice, clear, simple. Left hand side you got your speedometer, on the right hand side you have your battery power, and you have the charge and power dial or gauge right here, so you can see when the battery is charging or when it's using its power. It also has some controls in the middle, and let's just go through that really quick. A variety of options that are available right inside. So you can go to vehicle settings, the display, trip. You can have the driver assistance options. You can control your media through here. You can control the vehicle info. Let's see the tire information, tire pressure. This one's going to be just a recommended. This is just for info. In here, what else is here? Vehicle settings, security and features, audible lock warning, drive away locking, all that stuff, so you can customize your vehicle to your liking. I really enjoyed this interface. So info panel, driver assistance map, we can actually make this as a base for the info panel. So if we get out of here, it should be on the info panel. So this is a very nice, clean easy to read, and everything is their type of panel. See, now I switched it to the map, so now it's showing up where we at in front of it without looking on the side and on the big navigation screen, which is kind of cool. So let's take a look at this and see what we have. Jaguar, Land Rover, basically it's the same company, but they use this panel that has white background, and I like it because most of the panels have black background with the lighter icons on it. They did it completely the opposite, and it's pretty cool. I mean, you can customize it to your liking. I'll show you how it's done, but it's basically all touchscreen. Everything that you want, you can customize your home screen, you can check your vehicle settings, you can see your map, you can connect your phone. So everything where it says, it's right here. You can actually control your media right here, connect any Bluetooth devices. Now this is the camera, so let's take a look at what it has as far as cameras. So now it's got the 360 camera, and it's going to show us where we at. Okay, let's see. This one shows you the front camera, and it shows you that we're parked right close to the curb. It shows you the right side of the vehicle and the left side of the vehicle. This is the camera in the middle of the vehicle, and this is camera in the back of the vehicle, and this is a rear view camera. So this is pretty cool. Now we can have the guides on or off, and it actually has a park assist. So obviously if you go down in here, you have your start and stop button, you have your hazard lights, you have your volume control, which we're going to check out in just a minute to see what radio sounds like. And here is typical for a lot of different Range Rovers and Jaguars. Those dials, they're pretty cool, and they're multifunctional dials too. So if I push it, okay, it's gonna give me a seat control, okay, and if I push it, it's gonna give me a temperature, and if I pull it, it's gonna give me the fan control, so I can control my fan settings from, you know, high to low to see of how much that is. So this is also a very innovative and pretty cool feature. Now the drivetrain, you know, as far as switching the gears, is all push button, and that's okay. I mean, this is typical for so many cars right now, as far as the buttons on this side right here. So, you know, you can select your driving modes, and let's see, I'll show you what driving modes are available, but let's just continue on here. You can turn off your traction control, and you can raise or lower your vehicle. It is an all-wheel drive, it is an SUV, it's probably not a typical off-roader, but you know, it's gonna get you in and out of like snow, mud, and things. You have driving modes. So you have a mode, this is the rain, ice, snow mode. Then you have an eco mode, like, you know, being a electric vehicle is not eco enough. Comfort mode, and then dynamic mode. So I really want to get into the dynamic mode and see how this vehicle handles on the road. So we're going to do that in just a little bit. But before I do that, let's just take a look and see at the finishing materials on this car. So, you know, you do have some aluminum, you do have some plastic. Now this is soft plastic, really nice, soft to the touch material. This is also soft, but with a different trimming on it, and you have this nice wood trim, and I bet you this is real wood. Now Jaguar's been known to use the real wood across their fleet, so I don't think they would do it any other way in here. Middle console right here. So what you also have a storage underneath here that you can stick some smaller items in here, but that's very nicely thought of. Now the seats, nice leather contour. Now this is contrast stitching on here, very nice and soft leather. So nicely done. I'm very impressed with this vehicle, and I honestly, up until a few days ago, I didn't even know it existed. So let's just take a look at what else we have here. Storage for something like pans, maybe cup holders. You do have some storage in here with the additional charging points for, again, nicely finished with leather with the stitching on it. So overall, very nice Exterior, very nice. Interior. Now let's get to the best part of this video, and that is a test drive. Okay, so I'm about to take this for a ride and see how this electric vehicle handles. What's really strange, and if you haven't been in one of the electric vehicles in a while, you know what you're gonna find interesting, that you're gonna try to figure out whether the car is running or not, because you know it's so quiet. But let's take this for a spin. Let's see how the driving is on it. Let's see how the turning radius is. So first of all, the rear view camera, I'm backing up right now, so you can see it is nice and clean. It's not grainy. It's basically what we want the camera to be. And the turning radius, let's put it in drive. See it right in here. And this is weird because I put it in drive and I let go of the gas and it's actually rolling backwards. So it's kind of like a manual transmission vehicle when you have it in neutral. It's strange, but okay, so let's put it in drive. Turning radius. Turning radius is nice and tight. It really is. It's very nice and respectable. And you know, just the first impression of when you're driving this vehicle, now it handles bumps quite nicely because it is an SUV technically, and if you are used to this SUV feel, this is definitely gonna give you that. I mean, it's not extremely high up, you're not sitting extremely high up, but you're sitting high enough where you have this nice visibility. You have this nice large windshield that is not obstructed by anything. If I were to pick on something really thus far is the visibility in the back, in the rear view mirror, and that's because of that sloped back that you have is really hard to see. I mean, it literally gives you the very little room to see of what's going on in the back, so you have to heavily rely on your outside mirrors. Also, the blind spot is actually not bad if you turn around. If you have this habit of turning around when you're switching lanes, you can actually see pretty nice on the sides in here. So when we're driving in the regular drive mode right now, I'm gonna switch it to comfort for now, and then let's see what Eco does. So Eco confirmed, and Eco will give you the optimum battery life and the drive range, because it's gonna adjust all of the power output, so it's the most efficient, battery efficient, let's put it. I wasn't gonna say fuel efficient, but there's no fuel in this car. One cool thing about this car that I didn't mention when I was going through here, as far as your climate control, and your climate control has this pretty cool settings where actually you can set it on, you turn it on, and let me see if I can actually find it here in the settings, but you can turn it on only when the occupant are detected in the seat. So let's say if I'm the only one that's in this car right now, it's gonna optimize the air conditioning and heating system to only condition this seat versus, you know, all of the seats. So take this is the Eco mode, and let's see how the acceleration is in the Eco. Oh wow, holy crap, man, this is instant. Holy cannoli, this is awesome, guys. If I haven't driven an electric car in a while, and I certainly don't remember doing that with the Mercedes or Nissan Leaf, but this is instant. This power gets 390 some horsepower that this engine produces, gets into the wheels right away. So there is no lag, there is no waiting, there is nothing that you have to be like concerned with. This basically goes right away. We're gonna go on the expressway really quick, but you know, if that does it in the Eco mode, okay, how about dynamic mode? dynamic mode, it switches the display to red, so it's more aggressive. I don't know what's more aggressive about this, but I'm actually really curious to find out. So right lane, we're gonna make now. Obviously, I mean, there's no gear switching in here. It's pretty constant, but let's see merging on the expressway and how this car is gonna be getting into traffic. But I gotta tell you, I mean, why go for the V8 or the performance cars when you can have this out of the electric motors? So I honestly think I should review more of the electric vehicles, just so you know I have a comparison. That this is the first one that I'm reviewing for this channel, and holy crap! Oh no, did I say crap? Can I say crap on my channel? Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. The pickup, the performance on it. Obviously, I don't want to go too fast, everything within the reason, but and this holds on to the road really nicely. And the lane keep assist is a little annoying, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to turn that off, because it really controls of where it wants you to go. So it might be another wow. And it's quiet, maybe too quiet, because you can forget how fast you're going if the vehicle is so quiet without that engine roar or anything like this. But oh my gosh, if anybody's looking for a performance sport utility, certainly at least take a look at this one. I'm gonna give this a big thumbs up, just because I mean it looks good, it feels good, it drives unbelievable, it's got all of the amenities of the regular car, it's built by a reputable company. You know, it's got a great incentives right now as far as to purchase it, and it's got a you know, fantastic rate. It's got 0% right now if you were to buy it. Anyways, guys, check out Jaguar of Schaumburg. I'm going to post a link in the description of this video below. And this will conclude this test drive walk around review of this Jaguar I-Pace. And I gotta tell you, I'm looking for another electric car to review. So if you have one, and if you think that your Tesla is better than this, or if you have another electric vehicle, and shoot me a quick text message or email. I'd love to make a video with your car just to kind of compare it. Again, this is not a comparison between this and Tesla, since I haven't driven one in a long time, but I would like to. But so far, I mean, I can understand why a lot of people are switching to electric vehicles from the regular combustion engines. So guys, if you like this type of videos, please hit subscribe so you don't miss, hit the little bell button so you don't miss any of the videos that I have coming out. If you like to see any other vehicles on my channel, please also put it in the comment section or send me an email. You can find my email in the contact info on the main page of my channel, and I will do my best to actually get the video with the car that you want. I mean, obviously within reason. I also have some limitations, but I do have a lot of friends that are helping me out in the car business, and I really appreciate every single one of you, and you know who I'm talking about. So guys, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.